Hello to you, fellow indie game developers. Today I'm going to show you how you can create these good looking little low poly 3D models of these trees so you can use them in your mobile games or maybe abstract looking, mini game casual games. There's actually nothing to it. It's very easy to make. Even the people without any clear knowledge or background with 3D modeling can actually make them without much effort. So go create a new scene in 3ds Max. Also, you can do that in the main menu. So for the treetop, you need to have a treetop, right? You're going to create a geosphere. Go to the create and start on standard primitives and select the geosphere. So go ahead and select tetra for now and hold the mouse button, left mouse button, and drag and release. Also, you don't want that smooth check, because if you want to have an abstract low poly look, like that, you don't want smooth check. If you use smooth, it's not gonna look like low poly much. So you can increase or decrease the segments. If you decrease, it looks a bit more like low poly, but you don't want that too much. So we'll settle with this right now. Move it up a bit with the move tool. Okay, now so we wanna randomize this shape a bit, add a bit noise so it looks a little bit more natural and less sphere-like. Go to the modifiers list and add a noise modifier. For the strength, we're gonna use 10 for the strength, and go ahead and turn down the scale to about around 10 or 5 or something. You don't want 0 because it would go crazy. We'll sell it for 5 here for now. And as you can see, we have added a bit noise to the shape, so it looks a bit more natural and less sphere-like. And you can also change the seed. It will randomize the shape a bit more. We're gonna change the strength a bit. You should experiment with this until it looks like something that you like it to be. Experiment with the seed scale and the strength numbers. As you can see, we added a lot of noise here. It's kind of look unnatural at this point. So yeah, I think we're gonna settle with something like this. Alright. So for the base of the tree, we're gonna create a cylinder. Go ahead and choose a cylinder. We don't want much height segments, and we want a lot less sides for it to look low poly. And go ahead and check that smooth. Drag and create a cylinder that's obviously too big for this purpose and this tree. So we're gonna change the size. We're gonna change the size a bit, make it a bit smaller on the X and Y axis. Alright. Converting it to an editable poly. Oops, it got smooth again. So if you want to get rid of that smoothing groups in editable poly mode, select your shape and go ahead down and clear all. And now we're gonna add some noise to this. Again, go to the modifier and add noise. We do the same we did with that treetop. Experiment with the scale and the strengths and the seed until we get a look that we like. Okay, looks ridiculous with that color, so we're gonna change it to a green so we're more comfortable with the look. For now, we're not actually adding materials in this tutorial. It's actually a temporary color so we can, feel comfortable with it during our time working on the model itself and not the materials. So you're gonna make the bottom of the tree, the bottom of the base of the tree look a bit larger, because trees are a bit larger at the bottom where they connect to the ground. So we're using vertexes to do that. Select the bottom vertexes and make them a bit larger. Yeah, it looks about right. We're gonna change the seed a bit until we have a better look. Again, this is all experiment. You should experiment with it until it feels right to you. Okay, it feels okay. Alright, so we created the first tree. For the second tree, we're going to create another geosphere, and for this purpose we're gonna use Octa for now. There's not actually much difference between them, so go ahead and change the segments so you can have a low poly look. Again, no smooth here. And we're going to add a modifier twist for now, so we can twist the shape. Turn up the angle, not too much because it will distort the shape a lot. Play with the bias if you want, and we want this on the z-axis, top to bottom, and we want to make it a little stretchy like these trees. Alright, playing with the angle a bit, and we're gonna add some noise to it. Again, more randomizing. 10 for the strings, scaling down. Okay, you don't want to go too crazy with that. Okay, so I think we need the gardener to look after these trees because... Okay. That looks okay to me for this purpose. And we're gonna copy this bottom of the tree, hold the shift button and drag. You can make a copy like that easily, so we're gonna align this. Alright, hit Z button so you can center the view to the selection. Alright, move it around a bit, get it to the center of the base. Okay, that looks about right. So we should change the color to a more greenish. Yep, that's about it. Again, you can add the materials and the textures later. This is just for demonstration of the modeling. So for the third tree, we're gonna use a cone. Drag, drop up, click, and then move it so we have a cone-like shape. Okay, we're happy with that, but we're gonna change the settings and check the smooth. We need less sides to have a low poly look. 10 is nice, I guess. And we want to stretch it up the z-axis. Yeah, it looks more like a tree, more like a, you know. Alright, so we need to twist this a bit. Go to the modifiers, add the twist modifier. We want this on the z-axis, turn up the angle. Okay, that looks good. Alright. Again, you can actually go back and, you know, change the stuffs later, like parameters of the modifiers if you don't like the look afterwards. So okay, we're gonna add noise to this to, you know, get a look, get a more natural look. Move it top a bit. Okay, so we add a base. Again, holding shift while dragging creates a copy of that shape for you. Okay, so it looks just a bit too clean, so we're gonna add the noise right now. Turn up the seed. Alright, scale, good. Again, play with the seed until you like the shape you're getting. Okay, not bad. Oops, Control Z. I'll select both of them and move them to the side a bit. Alright. That looks okay. Not bad at all. So for the third tree and the last one, this one is a bit more complex and takes a little bit more time. So we're gonna copy the base again with shift. And we go to polygon selection of the editable poly mode. Again, if you forgot to convert that to editable poly, do it. We're gonna extrude the top of the tree and move it up a bit. You need to see edge faces here. So, yep. So we're gonna select two of the edges and connect them together, so we have a connecting edge here. select the two edges you want and hit the connect. As you can see, they are connected with an additional edge. Go ahead and hit apply. Select that bottom one. We extrude that a bit. Move it outwards. Get it a bit up, like a branch. Again, this is all low poly. You don't want too natural looking. Scale down that outline polygon and extrude another polygon. So move it to the top and outwards a bit. Again, make it a little smaller so it looks like a branch. And we're gonna move this polygon up a bit, scale it down. Yeah, I think we need to move it up again a bit. Alright, that looks okay, not bad. So, okay, not bad. For the top of the tree, we're gonna create spheres, not geospheres this time. You're gonna use spheres. You can actually use geospheres too, but I'm gonna use spheres right now. So create a sphere, but change the parameters and check the smooth. Go with less segments to get the look that you want. 12, yeah, I think 12 is okay for this. I'm gonna change the color to green so we know what we're doing. Move it up a bit, align it. I'm gonna move this, okay. Move it about the center of the base. Okay, move it up a bit, aligning stuff, experiment, you know, move this around until you like what it is. And we're gonna rotate this a bit so it looks, you know, a bit randomized and not too straight. And we're gonna create a copy of that by holding Shift key and dragging. I'm gonna actually convert this to editable poly, so the shapes we're copying gonna be in the same model and different elements of the same model. Okay, scale it down a bit. Do a rotate, a bit randomize. You don't want the spheres on the top to look like each other. You know, same rotation and same size and stuff. You know, you want to have 4 or 5 of these spheres, but they should have different rotations and, you know, different angles and different sizes. Scale it down a bit. So we're gonna create another one for that side. Okay. Scale this down again and rotate. More randomizing look. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add another one to the top. Shift and move it to where you want. Scale this down again. Looks about right. Okay, you want this not aligned correctly, so We're gonna align them until we get what we want. This is hanging in the mid-air, so we're gonna connect it to the others a bit. Alright. So we're gonna select all of them by holding Control button, and we're gonna add a noise modifier to get a more randomized look. Scaling down. Okay. Playing with the seed so we can randomize the looks until you have the right look you want it. Okay, that looks good. We have 4 nice looking low poly trees that are not gonna eat up your system resources. Very easy to make. Doesn't take a lot of time to make, and are very optimized for mobile games too. So we're gonna do a quick render of that, see what they're looking in real life. In your games, of course. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm actually dealing with a nasty cold, so my voice is not what it should be, and I'm sorry about that. Please hit like. If you want more, hit subscribe. I'm gonna post more 3D modeling tutorials and game development tutorials later on. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.